The Logitech Casa contains everything you'll need for a full desk setup, and at the end of the day you can simply fold it up into this inconspicuous case and slot it right onto your bookshelf. I really like this idea, but I want to know, is it just a gimmick or is it actually something you can enjoy working on? The Casa comes in 3 different colour options, but the one that I've gone for here is Nordic Calm, which is kind of a pale grey and white colour with some purple accents. When you open it up, you're met with a keyboard, a trackpad, and a nice little storage compartment where they do give you a USB-C cable. Both of these devices come with Logitech's Easy Switch technology, so you can pair up to 3 devices at any one time and rotate between them at the touch of a button. So if you want to go from an iPad to a laptop to a Steam Deck, completely fine. The stand itself is actually the perfect size for a 12.9-inch iPad, but given there's only one viewing angle, it does get a little bit shallow. Might be good for using the pencil, but not for long periods of typing. This is designed primarily with laptops in mind, and the stand will support any up to about 17 inches, although you might feel a little bit ridiculous typing on a computer that big with a keyboard this compact. If you do want to use it with a Steam Deck though, the keyboard is the perfect size for it, and it's definitely been great using in the Steam Deck's desktop mode. So let's take a closer look at this keyboard. It's very similar in layout to the Logitech MX Mini, but it does have a slightly different design, especially where the Bluetooth connectors are held. It's a pretty standard membrane keyboard that has a little bit more action than something like an Apple Magic Keyboard, but it's really nice to type on. The keys themselves feel quite muted to me, so if you're sharing a working space, you're not going to disturb other people. And just like the trackpad, it's compatible with Logi Options Plus, which is a piece of software that will allow you to remap any of the inputs should you wish to. But for now, you do have those 3 different pairing options on the top of the function row, as well as a nice little emoji button, and then a standard keyboard layout other than that. In terms of battery life, Logitech say you'll get 5 months of use from a full charge, and up to a full working day from just 1 minute, although I haven't had a chance to run the battery down yet to actually test that. The trackpad, on the other hand, is going to give you about 3 weeks of charge and take 3 minutes for a full day of work, and that's just one reason that I feel the trackpad is potentially the weakest aspect of the Casa. Now, there isn't necessarily anything too wrong with it, and you have to bear in mind that this is made for Windows and Mac devices, but I can't help compare it to the Apple Magic Keyboard, which is overall a very similar size but gives you a lot more space because there's a lack of a frame around the trackpad itself. The Casa Touch has a kind of pivot in the middle of it, which will allow you to differentiate between a left and right click. You can still use the full range of macOS gestures, including the double finger for right click. That pivot though means that if you're going to click towards the edges of the trackpad, you're going to get quite a loud tapping sound that's even going to be louder than the keyboard in most instances. While that's going to be fine for most people, it just doesn't have as premium a feel as the rest of the Casa experience, and I think that's a bit of a shame. Maybe that's fair enough though for an all-in-one solution that's probably more aimed at students or people who work from home that just want to fold up their work at the end of the day and put it out of sight and out of mind. There are definitely those of you who are going to value that aspect of the Casa over the experience of using the keyboard and the trackpad. It still doesn't feel like £170 is cheap anymore. The reality is that if you were to buy a really nice Logitech keyboard, that would probably be £100 already, plus a trackpad and a stand on top of that, and you probably do get value for money in the end with the Logitech Casa. If you are looking for a more portable stand option, then you may want to check out this video next. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.